Hi everybody, it's Richard here again and welcome to another video. Now this is the last in the series of where I show my 10 favourite songs from my 10 favourite artists, and it was actually a response to a set of videos I did where I showed the 10 worst songs from my 10 favourite artists. So today is Nick Lowe. Now Nick Lowe started in the mid 60s with like a pop covers band called Kippington Lodge, and then he joined the Brinsley Schwartz band where he was the chief songwriter in the early 70s. He then went solo stroke rock pile for a couple of albums, and then in 1982 he's been solo ever since. I think he's an absolutely brilliant artist and one of the finest songwriters ever. So my 10 favourite songs, and this one is from the At My Age album at number 10, and it is a beautiful little ballad that opens up the album called A Better Man. Now this album came out in 2007. Now I always said this has got a little bit of a Jim Reeves vibe about it, but it is so gentle. There's a nice little sort of brass section on it that's absolutely beautiful, and it's my favourite track off this. So number 10 from At My Age is A Better Man. Now, number 9, and is from 1994, and it is from his Impossible Bird album, and it's another ballady type song. Quite a few of these are actually, and it is a track called Withered on the Vine, which is basically Nick on the acoustic guitar, and that's it. And it is a beautiful, beautiful song with really heartfelt lyrics. It's just gorgeous. Now, I will say that in doing these lists, I don't include cover versions. It's only songs that have the artist's credit on it. But there's a track off here called True Love Travels on a Gravel Road, which Elvis Presley did. I'm not too sure who actually wrote it. I would have included this in the top 10, but because covers aren't allowed, I can't. But my number 9 is Withered on the Vine. Absolutely beautiful song. And at number 8, and surprise, surprise, it is another ballad, and it's the beautiful Couldn't Love You More Than I Do, and it's got a little bit of a sort of a Phil Spector feel, especially with the chorus. It sort of becomes a little more bombastic, a little more produced. Really gorgeous song from a fantastic album, and should have been a single, even though Nick's singles didn't do very well at all. He only had 2 top 20 hits. But yeah, beautiful song from a fantastic album, and this here is the American cover. This is actually better than the very bland British cover. It's more colourful, and I do like the sort of white rim around it. So number 8 is Couldn't Love You Any More Than I Do. And number 7, and is a mid-tempo track from the album Dig My Mood, and this came out in 1997, I believe, or is it 1998? I think it might be 1998, and it's the track High on a Hilltop, which vocally is brilliant by Nick. You know, he's not really pushing his vocals to the limit or anything. It's just the way he sings it is absolutely stunning. And as I say, it is a mid-tempo song. It's not overly slow, but it's absolutely stunning. And this is not a bad album. It's not one of my favourites, but there are some really good tracks off this, especially High on the Hilltop, which gets my number 7. Now number 6 was a B-side from the single Tokyo Bay. If you're going to show the album, in fact this album came out, was it this year or last year, I can't remember, and it's a track called Crying Inside, which is a little sort of 50s rock and roll type number. This is a slight remix to the original single. I like the both of them, but the song is about 5 or 6 years old. But you know, this album really is gathering up a lot of single A-sides, B-sides, and 12-inch singles, and adding a few new songs and making an album out of it, which is fair enough. But Crying Inside has got a little bit of a Buddy Holly feel to it, and it's absolutely brilliant. So it is. It's one of those songs that you play in the car and you have to play it again. So from Indoor Safari, which was, I'm going to say this year, but I think it was last year. Either or, I can't read the back without my glasses. Okay, at number 5, and it is from 2011 and from the old Magic LP, and it's the track called Sensitive Man. Now this actually was a single because there is a brilliant video made for it, so a really enjoyable video. There's an intro and all as well to it, so it's not just a song. But this has got Grant Watkins on the piano, and although the piano is very simple, it steals the song. It is really good. This just rocks along so nicely, so gently, and it's an absolutely beautiful song. And as I say, the video is perfect for it, and I've always loved this. So I think this was the second single. I think the first one was I Read a Lot, was the first one to drop. I remember back at the time. But this album was fantastic. This album in particular is one I played to death and nearly got sick of it. I had to sort of stop because I was starting to realise, oh, I'm playing this too much, but still absolutely brilliant. And so my number 5 is Sensitive Man. And at number 4 we have from The Convincer, and another slow one, and it's Indian Queens. Now this starts off with the brass. It sounds a little bit like the Salvation Army, but it's a beautiful little acoustic number, so melodic, absolutely gorgeous, and I believe he plays it nearly every time, you know, he's in concert. An absolutely fantastic album from 2001. So my number 4 is Indian Queens from The Convincer. And number 3 is a song you will know, and it's the big hit single from Labour of Lust, and this is the reissue, which has American Squirm on it as well, and it also has Endless Grey Ribbon, so it's the best of both worlds. It's got the American version and the British version, and it's Cruel to Be Kind. Absolutely brilliant track, which was originally a song for Brinsley Schwarz. It was going to be on their last album, which never materialised, although it has come out over the past few years. And the version from Brinsley Schwarz was actually found on the B-side of Little Hitler from 1978, so it's a completely different version. It's very keyboard heavy. This is acoustic guitar heavy, and it's much better, and everybody knows this. And it's a great video with Caroline Carter showing parts of Nick and Caroline's wedding back in the day. So excellent song, and it's my number 3. And at number 2 we have from the Rose of England 1985 album, I believe, and it is Hope to God I'm Right. And this is the catchiest thing ever, and this is very Buddy Holly-esque. It's a little bit like I Guess It Doesn't Matter Anymore. It's that catchy, but it's a really brilliant song. There's a little bit of a Christmas feel to it. It's upbeat, it's sing along, it's wonderful. It just ticks all the boxes for me, and it's on side 2, the 3rd song. He also does a very good version of Elvis Costello's Indoor Fireworks on this album. So number 2 is Hope to God I'm Right. And my favourite Nick Lowe song, and it's from my favourite Nick Lowe album, Pinker and Prouder Than Previous, and the track is You're My Wildest Dream, which is brilliant. And it's got this sort of guitar loop. It sounds like a keyboard loop, but I think it's guitar that goes the whole way through the song. It's constant, and it's absolutely brilliant. And again, it's so melodic. Melody is my second name. I just love it. And this opens up the album, and it's always been up there as my favourite, but I think it is my favourite. I actually bought a live CD, and it cost over a tenner anyway, which is expensive for a CD, but only bought it because he did a live version of You're My Wildest Dream on it. That's a really good version, really good CD. But number 1, Nick Lowe song, You're My Wildest Dream. Okay, so that's the end of that series of my 10 favourite songs from my 10 favourite artists. I hope you enjoyed that. I'll have to get my thinking cap on to see if I can get something else going, but until then, that's me for now. All the best now. Bye bye.